Hello and welcome to the big story of the day, which has its focus on the notable developments handing over the audit of the TTD to a premier CAG, thereby bringing about the much needed transparency. Well, the Tirumala Tirupati Devasnanam, that is TTD board, on Wednesday said the audit reports of one of the country's richest temples will now be done by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Up until now, the Andhra Pradesh Audit Department used to handle the audit reports of the famous Venkateshwara temple in Tirumala. The move comes at a time when petition filed by BJP Rajya Sabha MP Subramanian Swamy is pending in the Andhra Pradesh High Court. The plea seeks freeing of the temples from government control and direction to the state government to place the audit report of the TTD accounts for past 5 years. After TTD decision on Wednesday, Swamy tweeted, and I quote, "My associate Satyapal Sabharwal and I had filed a PIL in Andhra Pradesh High Court seeking a CAG audit of Tirupati temple funds for the last 5 years, and hereafter the Chief Minister Jagan gracefully consented. TTD Chairman Subba Reddy and member and VHSAP leader Govind Hari piloted it through TTD board, task complete." In a 202-page resolution passed by TTD Chairman Y. V. Subba Reddy, the board decided to entrust the audit of TTD to CAG from 20 and 21 onwards. Since the audit report from 2014-15 to 2019-20 has been already completed by the State Audit Department, the board has asked the state government to request CAG to take up a special audit of the same period and furnish its report within 6 months. The Chief Minister is of the opinion that there should be complete transparency when it comes to TTD temple. While the petition is already in court, the CM though thought the audit responsibility could be handed over to CAG as the MP requested in its petition. Chief Minister believes in corruption-free governance and board immediately agreed to it, Subba Reddy told the news. Former Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has not done anything in this regard. Now we have a new Chief Minister. I'm asking him to allow the CAG or some other independent agency to audit the accounts of Tirumala Temple for the past 5 years and tell us what happened to the money deposited by the devotees, he had said. The latest resolution said the decision was taken in spirit of criticism of the matter and to instill faith of pilgrims and donors in the accounting and audit system of TTD. The board will send an affidavit to High Court intimating its decision. The audit report usually contains comprehensive detail about all temple accounts, utilizations of funds and properties including jewelry. The decision was taken following a petition filed by BJP MP Subramaniam Swamy and others in the State High Court asking for the audit of TTD accounts by CAG. The petition alleged that there were large-scale irregularities in the TTD funds during the Telugu Desam Party regime between 2014 and 2019. Swamy also wrote to the TTD in this regard. Here too, the TTD has been getting its accounts audited by the State Audit Department, but now it has asked the government to entrust the auditing to the CAG, including those accounts audited during 2014 and 2020. Though the TTD has not raised any objection on the state audit of the accounts till now, the board has decided to involve CAG in auditing with retrospective account from 2014 to remove any sort of apprehensions among the devotees. It is yet to know that what decision the government would take on this recommendation from the TTD. Rajya Sabha MP Subramanian Swamy has demanded that the state government allow the Comptroller and Auditor General, that's the CAG, to audit the accounts of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams, that is TTD, for all past 5 years and make the public report. I made 2 prayers to the court, and one among the 2 is to give a direction to the state government to place the audit report of the accounts of TTD for the past 5 years, he said, adding that the second one is to free temples from government control. Meanwhile, former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh Chandrababu Naidu has not done anything in this regard. Now we have a new minister. I am asking him to allow the CAG or some other independent agency to audit the accounts of Tirumala temple for the past 5 years and tell us what happened to the money deposited by the devotees, he stated. Speaking on his second prayer to the court, he said that court asked him if not the government who will manage the affairs of the temple. There's a Gurdwara Prabandhak committee which has been conducting elections for all the Gurdwaras in the country without the involvement of the respective governments. In a move aimed to increase the transparency in the system, the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam's TTD Trust Board has recommended the Andhra Pradesh government to entrust the auditing of TTD accounts to Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The CAG will audit the TTD accounts from the year 2014 to 2020. This move is aimed at ensuring transparency in the temple trust boards, accounting and auditing system, and retaining full confidence of devotees and donors of the same. The decision was taken following a petition filed by BJP MP Subramanian Swamy and others in the High Court asking for the audit of TTD accounts by CAG. The petitioners alleged that there was a large-scale irregularities in the TTD funds in the last 5 years. Swamy also wrote to the TTD in this regard. Taking to the press, TTD Chairman Y.V. Subbareddy said, and I quote, "We discussed the issue at the TTD Trust Board meeting and passed a resolution for re-audit of the TTD accounts. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy advised us to conduct the re-audit and has requested the CAG to do it. He was of the view that TTD audit should be conducted by CAG during YSRC government's tenure too. Chief Minister says there should be complete transparency when it comes to the Lord Balaji Temple. The Chief Minister believes in corruption-free governance," Chairman added further. In 2018, Subramanian Swamy and Advocate Satyapal Sabharwal had filed a petition in the High Court seeking the directive to free the Tirumala temple from government control. In the same petition, they had sought an interim injunction for an external audit of TTD accounts, utilization of mine funds and properties including jewelry for 3 financial years beginning 2014 to 2015. Their plea came in the wake of controversy over alleged missing of jewelry of Tirumala temple. According to the highly placed sources, the move was intended to usher in more transparency in spending of the temple funds, besides winning the confidence of donors and devotees. Sources said that the board would take matter to the notice of the state government seeking its approval for engaging the CAG from 2020 to 21 with a request for special auditing of funds spent during past 5 years. Meanwhile, the TTD board has reportedly resolved to have its accounts audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General, that is CAG of India. This decision is believed to have taken at the Board of Trustees meeting on August 28. MP Subramanian Swamy in a tweet on Wednesday said that TTD board has passed a resolution to its effect and also mentioned his filing of PL in Andhra Pradesh High Court along with Associate Satyapal Sabharwal, seeking a direction for auditing of the temple funds by CAG. The audit is expected to cover all the income and expenditure besides jewelry and other properties of the Lord Venkateshwara temple at Tirumala. Meanwhile, the retrospective audit has deeper implications than what it appears. On the face of it, the audit aims to cover the large-scale mishandling of the donations and properties during the TTD regime, and hence recommends a free and fair system of auditing and avoiding the least scope of any anomalies to creep into the accounts of TTD. The move to tag CAG is also expected to instill confidence in the countless activities of Lord, who will truly cherish the idea of CAG entering into the system to ward off any kind of discrepancy that might occur with respect to sacred properties of the temple. Administratively, the very purpose of this initiative to set platform to free the Hindu temples from the clutches of the state control and provide an opportunity to manage themselves by a consortium of Hindu federations so that the primal value systems and the ancient traditions unique to each temple will be maintained for a long without any interference from any local or political institution. With new initiatives of CAG coming in to take over the audit and the sacred hills, let us hope much sought after accountability is established at last. And that was our big story today. I'm Idris signing off. We'll be back with another big story tomorrow. Till then, take care.